gonna die. Can't do it. I can't read this fucking book. This is a book everyone's read and everyone's either loved it or hated it. It is day 6 of Magical Readathon and I had such high hopes. I was like, I'm gonna film a reading vlog. Ow, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna do all the things. I have no fucking will whatsoever to read this. Like, fucking, there is nothing there. But me and Kat made a promise that we were going to read this. I haven't even looked at the freaking, like, extra, like, challenge quest thing for Magical Readathon because I haven't read a fucking single book. I'm adamant. I've been saying, like, I've been busy, but I'm adamant that I was going to read it today. And I have to go to bed because I have to start work early, even though daylight saving starts tonight at 3 AM. But I was adamant I was going to start this. It's not even that intimidating. It's not even that big of a book. I mean, how many pages is it? Is this going to be like brutally... so it's like under 500 pages. So like it's like 490 or something, but... It's not like I'm trying to read an 800-page book. What is the deal? Like, I've been in like the worst slump. Like, this has been one of the worst ones I've been in for a while because even though I've been reading slowly, I've still been reading recently. Like, I think the last really bad one I had was when I was trying to read Midnight Sun and I literally just gave up reading for a month. I just stopped and then randomly I just felt like reading again. So, like, I jumped on it. Finished quite a few books that I was in the middle of, but I haven't finished a book. I read something last month, I think. Did I finish something last month? Yes. I feel like I haven't started a new book for like 2 months because I've just done nothing. This is gonna be great. Obviously there's going to be better vibes and I'm also gonna try and read and then not vlog again because I can't be bothered. I hope everyone's gonna stick around because I hope I have good thoughts. Like, it's about dragons. It's literally though, like, Rebecca Yarros and Sarah J Maas have the world in like a literal chokehold right now. I need to read this book because Rebecca Yarros is coming to Supernova. I would like to meet her and I'd like to be coming in, being all like, sign my book right there, and hopefully the second one too. I don't know if I'm going to read the second one before then, and the third one's going to be out soon. It's like, there's pressure. I don't like pressure, but there is pressure. I just want to go rotting back into my pit. Okay, it's been a while since my lackluster start to this vlog because I don't know when I actually filmed that. It was a while ago, but I haven't vlogged because I haven't felt like it and I've only actually gotten up to page 50. I just don't want to read anything and it's a problem, but I need to read this book and I hope that this doesn't make me not like this book. The fourth book is very interesting because it's had over 1 million reads on Goodreads, so people are reading it, obviously, like, it's very popular, but I either see people love it or hate it, and the people that hate it are all going off the fact that it's a TikTok book and it's dumb that it's this popular, blah blah blah. People I know really like this book, like my auntie really likes this book, so I do hope that I end up enjoying it because, like, it is like the new big thing at the moment. Like, I'm also shocked that I haven't read it up until this point as well though, because like I used to always keep up with the popular books and now, like, do I know what's coming out? No. But I really appreciated that it kind of just jumped into it. Like, obviously it's got to get the world building going, but I don't think it's too complicated to not be able to understand it quite well. Like, it's pretty, like, yeah, there's a lot of places and a lot of things, and obviously there's this war that's been going on for 400 years, but I do feel like it's going to be a situation of, oh, are the bad guys that we're fighting actually the bad guys, and it's going to be like a secret, ooh, this is what's happening kind of thing. And obviously there's like 6 different places and everyone does a different thing, and then there's all of the, like, you know, you can be a healer or work in the library or you can be a writer, and there's like, so all this stuff's getting dropped in. But I like that it just kind of goes, oh, you know, like, you're the commander's daughter, even though you're hella weak, we just get into it. Like, she had to walk across this bridge thing and she did it, and obviously there is people that are annoying, like this Jack guy, I think that's his name. I feel like he's around to stay because I've seen people talk about how annoying this man is, because I'm on TikTok, obviously I see the videos, so nothing has been spoiled majorly for me, but there's probably going to be things that as I read I'll be like, oh, this is what they were talking about on TikTok, when at the time I didn't get it. And obviously too, everyone's obsessed with Xaden, I think that's his name, and like I can see why, but people compare him to Recent and it's got me scared because, you know, like Recent is my favorite. But I know that it's going to be like a hate to love with them, but there's also this Dane guy that they're obviously trying to set up a love triangle. Of course they are. And it's been a while since a book has done the love triangle thing, so it's going to be interesting because it's like, is Dane gonna be like a secret asshole and we're gonna like Xaden, or Xaden, because he doesn't seem like he's a secret asshole, he's just upfront about being an asshole. So I'm intrigued, but I also, like, I know that she gets a dragon, like it's gonna happen, but I wonder, is she gonna have like a weak dragon want to be with her and then they're gonna become boss, like, you know, Abraxas loves flowers and just being a little pretty boy, and then he got paired with Manon. It's a vibe, you know. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go, but I hope it doesn't take too long to get to the dragons. But they also have like really complicated names, because I've seen people talk about the dragons on TikTok. Again, couldn't tell you who's who. I think though Xaden has like a big blue one, but it seems like Mira, her sister, has like the biggest dragon ever. It's like the size of like a freaking skyscraper, this dragon that she's got. And I'm hoping, oh we busted. I'm hoping that Violet gets a little baby dragon and then they're gonna just be like the best together. But that's all I've got for 50 pages of reading. I don't know why though, but like once the book is like this size of a hardcover, it's like a struggle. I've literally just jumped out of the shower, but I have to talk about some things. Like, not that there is a lot of things happening in this book right now because it's still building up, but like I've become fully invested to the point that I haven't vlogged for a while because I'm up to page 135, so I've definitely started to pick this book up more in the past 2 days. But I am really liking it, and I can kind of feel like it's going to become a favorite. Like, it's still slow right now, but again, it's building up towards the whole threshing dragon ceremony, which I think is going to be freaking awesome. And I also feel like Violet is going to get that black dragon that literally no one has bonded with for like ages, and that's like very rare. Like, I feel like she's going to get the top dragon, and Xaden's got like the second top dragon, so it's like, I see what you're doing there. I like the way that they're like going quickly through the things, but not in a bad way. Like, they showed like the first battle that they had on the mats, but then they went through the next slot, which is fine. They showed the first time on the obstacle court, and then they went through the next slot really quickly and for the final one. Like, I like that they're definitely showing the lore. We're getting to learn a lot of information, but they're not making it drag on too long, because like I feel like everyone just wanted to see the dragons, and we are seeing some dragons, but like I'm very curious about how it's going to be with like the interactions and stuff, and like, is she going to have the dragon like latch onto her, or is she going to go after the big one? Like, I'm very excited to see how all that's going to happen, because like I think it's going to be so epic. Not going to lie, I don't really like Dane that much because of his whole, oh my god, you're too weak, Violet, and you suck at everything and you're not going to make it. Like, he should put some faith in her, and I guarantee once Xaden starts showing attention, that's when Dane's going to like get in there, because like it'd be cute if they could just stay friends, but he's definitely just being all like, oh, I'm just trying to protect you, and she's like, fuck off, I don't need you protecting me, and I just need her to like tell him how it is. I need some of that in the story right now, because it's bothering me how he just won't stop bringing it up, to the point that even Violet's like, can you stop it? But I feel like I'm kind of biased against Dane, because like Xaden's right there, and I know that they're going to end up together. Like, I don't know if they're going to break up later, because there's meant to be like 5 books. Anything could happen in this series, but everyone is obsessed with Xaden, and of course I'm also going to be obsessed with him because he's a grumpy shadow daddy. Of course, like anyone that's compared to my baby Recent, I'm going to end up liking them. But it's so funny reading this after it's been hyped for so long, because like there is so much that I have no idea what's happening. I just know a bit of information about the characters, and I just know that there was a fan art with her with the black dragon, so I'm just assuming it's got to be. Oh, and the other thing I want to talk about too is I kind of low-key think her brother's not dead, because of no reason really, but I just feel like they keep talking about him, and I mean, it could just be he's dead and it's really sad, and like the book, but there is definitely something there Like, there is definitely gay romance happening with the dude that had the symphony ability who tried to revive him, and then it didn't work. But I feel like there's something going on there, and maybe they're on the other side now. Like, but then the dragon obviously came back. Like, is she gonna get her brother's dragon? No, the symphony dragon was the black dragon. But like, there's something there, because there has to be some conspiracy that they're not talking about, because it's all like, ooh, but it's the government like being true, like every book ever. But like, there is something there. Okay, Violet made it up the vertical obstacle course, and I kind of low-key vibe with the fact that she cheated. Like, you know, like she was happy to take time penalties, but she made it up. And then they had to do this walk through the dragon thing, and I love so much that like they just burned 2 annoying characters. That's great. There's only 6 of them left in their group, and it's kind of hard to keep up with all these characters. Like, the world building is easy to go with, but it's just remembering all the characters, because we've got Xaden, and then we've got, what, I've already, Bran? See, the boy from back home, I already thought his name. Dane. Why did I think it was Bran? So, got them. We've got like her sister, Mara. Then she's got Rhiannon, who's a friend. Riddick seemed like he was going to be like annoying, but he actually seems like a decent person. And there's Tareen. There's a lot of characters and everything, and Sawyer as well. So I feel like there's gonna be like a good group of them, and I hope that they all bond with their dragons. But I'm actually gonna be really intrigued, because I don't think she's gonna bond with this massive black one anymore. I think Violet is gonna bond with the little yellow one, because I'm not saying that this dragon's weak, but I feel like she's gonna end up picking the one that no one wants, and then she's gonna become really badass. Like, this dragon is gonna look weak, but it's gonna have like the coolest power. And also, I think that more dragons gonna fight to bond with her than she thinks, and it's gonna confuse everyone, because those 2 green dragons, like, I understand that they smelt her sister, but I think she's doing a good job of making the conversations that she needs to be, like, you know, talking, so the dragons get to understand her. And it does seem like the green ones are the nicest, but I still feel like those green ones are probably going to be up the lookout on her at threshing, and I feel like, yeah, she's gonna pick the golden one. Like, she's gonna pick her bond, when normally the dragon picks the bond, but I think she's gonna push it. So it's kind of gonna be an Abraxas situation, and I'm keen. Oh my god, no, I was right. She bonded with the black one. She bonded with the black one. I thought it was gonna be the golden one, because she went to protect it. And like, Xaden's there watching the whole thing. Like, I think he's been in love with her since the moment he met her. Like, I know it's meant to be hate to love, but like, we aren't in his brain. We don't know how he feels, but like, he was trying to help her, even though they're not meant to interfere. And Jack, what a crybaby. He got stabbed in the arm, and he's like, ran off. But the black one just dropped in. Like, take that, all the wankers that think she's so weak. But also, this golden one, I'm scared for it. I don't want it to die, but I also wonder who's going to bond with it. Wouldn't it be so funny if it was Jack? Would he kill his own dragon and he bonded to that one? But like, who's going to get the little baby one? I'm so concerned, but I knew it. Why did I doubt myself? Like, why bring this golden one in and confuse me? But like, this is so good. This book is giving me life. I feel like this is going to be my favorite. Like, I like this more than House of Flame and Shadows, and that's like, it's concerning me. I can't believe I'm going to meet Rebecca Yarros at Supernova in Sydney. Like, I cannot wait now. But it's the way that he see, I don't know, like, I don't know why I'm getting like Aslan vibes from this dragon, like, just, you know, just being like really cool, but also like really powerful. But like, so I thought it had been a lot longer, but it had only been 5 years since he's bonded to someone. But like, normally I feel like they got to give him some time when their rider dies, you know, to get over it. But I just, it's just so funny that like after 2 seconds she fucking fell off, and then he catches her and he's like, God, you're embarrassing me, like, can you get your shit together? And she's like, why did you choose me then? And he's like, because you saved my little dragon baby, the golden one, so of course I like you. And I just think their rapport is gonna be great, because he's just gonna detest her, but then also be like, yeah, but I love you. I really can't wait for everyone's reactions too, especially Jack. I hate the man. No, wait. She has 2 dragons? So she is the baby one gonna like help her get on? Like, does this happen? Like, she's the weakest person to ever do this test, and yet she has 2 dragons. Because it's like, it's talking to her, like they're both talking to her. Or is it's like, was the golden meant to be hers? And then Train was like, nah, nah, let's just like join up. Like, why is there a bond between these two? She's got two. I have so many questions. Obviously I need to keep reading, but like, damn. Like, everyone's losing their absolute shit about this, but it is up to the dragon. But they're gonna be like, no, we're gonna do what we want. We like this girl, it's gonna happen. But I do love the way that like they're gonna go off and have a little dragon meeting, and he's like, stay with the wing leader, and she's like, oh, don't you mean my squad leader? And it's just giving Serial being like, stay with the High Lord, because Dane is obviously the like, but I don't think she'd like, it'd be fine. She'd settle for Dane, it'd be fine. But you know, we want the passion, because obviously Xaden has a cool dragon, she now has a cool dragon. It's going to be awesome. You know, the plot thickens because Xaden's dragon and Violet's new dragon, I forget everyone's name, they're mated, they're a little couple. And I think it's interesting because like, obviously, I mean, I don't know who, their names are weird, but Xaden's dragon, she, obviously he's a 3rd year, so 2 years previous she bonded with Xaden, but I don't know who she was bonded with before. But they're saying that bonded dragons have to stay close together. So I just wonder, like, would Teen, would he have like kind of chilled around and just was like, oh no, I'm not gonna bond with anyone, but then I'm gonna like bond? Because like, obviously Xaden and Violet are going to stick together because they are actually like, there's not mates in this world, but they're going to be together, you know, like it's going to be the thing. But I'm just intrigued about this whole like, how far can they be apart from each other? And I do like the fact that Xaden's dragon saw her defending the golden one and called her boyfriend in to be like, come bond with this human for me. Because his dragon looked at her like the first time that she saw the dragon, it was just like there was a thing there. I'm so intrigued because like some of these dragons have had like multiple riders and they just carry on with life, and I'm like, aren't you sad? Like, don't you love your riders? But of course she was going to keep both her dragons, but still I'm excited. I love the way Xaden's like reluctantly like, we have to be a team now. My dragon loves your dragon and we have to keep you safe. And I love the way too that it's like, you think it's fine now, they've got the dragons, it should be, the war should be over, but all the unbonded are going to just start killing you. And I feel like the bond between the dragons doesn't feel that sacred if your rider can just die and then you just go pick someone else. You'd be like, oh shit, that's annoying, and just go somewhere else. Like, it's going to be annoying because this means Jack is still probably going to try and kill her even though he has his own dragon. But it's going to be interesting because I really hope her and Xaden spend like heaps of time together, because like, how cute's it going to be that like they're going to be together, the dragons are going to be together, it's going to be a whole vibe. But also Dane is really annoying me because I can't believe he literally was like, I don't care if you die, I'm not breaking the rules. And I'm like, why do you have such a stick up your ass, man? But he just kissed her and she feels absolutely nothing, and I thought there would be no spark. It's always the boy back home, you know, there's never anything there. Like, do they think it's a thing? But then they meet the person that it's meant to be and it's like, But like, I hope he doesn't like keep trying to kiss her because she's gonna be like, oh, back up. Because again, she could settle for Dane. It would be nice, but not what we want. It's another day, but I'm up to page 226. I look awful, man. It's like, it's late. I should go to bed. I would probably rather be sleeping right now, but like, this book is like crack. Like, why am I so invested? But what do I want to say? Dane, if he died, I wouldn't care, but because he's really annoying, he will stick around. Like, I feel like Jack and Dane are going to be in this series forever because they just suck. But I didn't realize really at first how up his ass about the rules Dane was. Like, obviously he cares about the rules, but again, I still can't believe he was like, oh well, if it's against the rules and then she's gonna die, I'm still gonna follow the rules. But like, literally, I can't believe after everything that's happened, he still doesn't trust that Violet is gonna make it, when she's literally bonded to the strongest dragon in like all of history. He has to have some faith in her, and I love too, because like, I hate that they kiss, but I love the way that he's all like, oh well, it's only because of the rules, you know, that's why we're not together. And she's like, no, it's because you're a dick. And I know that they will end up talking again, and he will probably be all like, oh no, we're just friends. Like, he's totally that like friend zone dude that you just hate, because they're all like, I want to be with you, and then it's like, no, gross. But also stressed because 9 people just tried to kill Violet in her room. Like, they literally came in while she was sleeping, like somehow got the door opened
and like literally they were all like, oh, we're gonna take your dragons. And I love the way that Tan like wakes her up. Like Tan is such a grumpy being, but he really cares about Violet. Like I love the way that like when they fly, he like, you know, catches her when she falls, and he's really trying to like teach her how to do better, and like how he was using his power to like keep her on. Like he generally loves her so much, and I just love the rapport. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that happened, but I was so excited because obviously Xaden was coming. But then like the time stopping thing, like there's so many cool things happening and I'm excited. But I think it's funny though, because a lot of people said that it was too quickly with this like hate to love romance. But I don't think it's being like rushed at all. Like obviously we're gonna have like some attraction first and everything, and her realizing she likes him and stuff. But I feel like obviously stuff's gonna happen in this book, of course it will, but I feel like it's happening at a reasonable rate. And I feel like people forget that it's been literally months that they've known each other, and he has not liked her up until this point, even though secretly I think he's always liked her. He's just being a dick like most of these characters are. But I like it. Kind of want them to get together now because it has been like so long in actual. The relationships in this book are like the best part of it, honestly. Okay, I got up to page like 240 and I'm too tired to continue on. It's definitely like, it's not slow, like I'm enjoying it so much, but like it was so like hyped when it was all like, oh my god, 2 dragons, and now it's like calm again. But I don't know what it's gonna come towards, because like don't they just like finish out the year? Like I don't think there was meant to be like another challenge. Obviously there's going to be stuff about the rebellion. I'm keen. Like there shouldn't be a battle yet, like it's only the first book, but they're obviously going to find out something. Potentially the brother being alive, but then again I don't know how that's going to work, unless like somehow they have lived even though they don't have their dragons anymore. Like I don't know. But I very much enjoy the fact that it's like if she dies, Xaden also dies now, and the fact that she can hear his dragon and he can hear Tan, but then he can't hear the little golden one who we've just found out is a baby. It's so cute. So does this mean, because I have no idea how to pronounce the golden one's name, is she going to become like a really badass and she's going to be able to fly her too? Because like I only have 250 pages left of this book, but like actively obsessed. Okay, it has been a couple of days and I haven't done any reading. I've been finishing late and I haven't been bothered to pick it up, even though I'm very entertained. I'm definitely gonna get read this month. And again, I've probably mentioned, but this is a magical readathon pick, and I'm just chilling with only getting this one book done because that's just where I'm vibing, even though I think I want to read The Love Hypothesis after I read this book, just because hopefully that will continue me wanting to read. But I didn't vlog last time I read because I was really tired, but basically it left off with Violet getting attacked and Ellie died, and then like the person that ran out and she was all like, oh, I can't believe this. So I was sitting there being like, I can't figure out who this is, but like once it gets announced it's going to be obvious. And of course it was Amber, who is Dane's friend, who was also a frother over the rule. I thought it was very shit when like, because obviously if someone steps out of the line the dragons would just kill you. Like it's a pretty like, if you do the wrong thing you die world, even though like the rules are made to be broken, but also like it can get you killed. But the way that she was all like, oh my god, it wasn't even me kind of attitude, and then Dane's like, tell him it's wrong, tell Xaden that it wasn't her, and Violet's like, she was there, and he's like, no, you're wrong. And it's like, Dane, shut the actual fuck up, mate. Who do you think you are? Like, is he gonna die? Because people have been dying in this book, and it's like not the ones that we want, because he's just getting annoying. We haven't gotten any Xaden action. I'm sure it's gonna happen at some point, but just that whole scene, like I like that Xaden was just like, nah, we're just gonna kill this bitch. But Dane, just, he wasn't on the same page, and like, dude's gotta get over his own shit. I'm so excited because Violet and Xaden finally kissed, and like, oh my god, the whole situation of channeling, and then obviously the dragons are fucking, so like she can feel that, and then she finds Xaden, and obviously it is a bit, you know, lust filled, but I like that, you know, he was also like, he could feel the dragons, but he was like pushing it out more, but then he was also smoking, so I feel like his inhibitions just kind of lowered a bit, so he was like, oh my god, yes. But then I was so sad when he stopped it, and I understand why, because he's like, no, this isn't how you feel, even though Violet does like him. She just hates him at the same time. I was like, so like, oh, because like, I just want it, you know, I just want them together, because it's such a good, you know, like enemies to lovers is the vibe that I want. But like, nearly 300 pages it took for them to kiss, and I don't think that was rushed at all. Like, the stress of her having to fight Jack and having this little fucking bitch come back and being all like, oh, I'm gonna kill her. Like, what is his problem? Like, why does he have such a vendetta against her? Like, I understand because she's weak and she got the best dragon, but like, he like viscerally hated her from the first second. It's like, get over yourself, dude. But I thought it was hilarious when they were like training earlier on and he would need the oranges, and I'm like, that's gonna come back, and what do you know, she just like poisons him with orange, obviously, and that was great. But I also thought it was interesting because it seems like his power is pain, and of course that's Jack's power because he's a literal pain in the fucking ass. But it seems like Xaden is going to be her new bodyguard, and like maybe a moment's going to happen. But I'm up to page 300 and I have to go to bed. I don't think I vlogged last time I read this book, but I'm up to page 334. Like, I'm making pretty good progress. Like, I'm still reading it slowly, but I'm actually very proud of myself for getting through this. My book's getting that like weird bloody curve hardcovers seem to get, and I'm kind of sad that this will be over soon. Like, me and Kat plan on buddy reading the second book. I feel like I also need to do a vlog for that one though, like just make it a whole series at this point because I'm doing this so much. But what has happened, so they had to do a challengey thing, and we got to see them all like using their powers and working together as a team, and like they stole the map from her mum's office, and I thought that was like pretty boss. And now they're off at the front lines to like practice patrolling, and I was so excited that Mira was there and just see them be together because like I really want more from this sister bond, and it's really annoying that they can't have any outside connection with family. But that was cool. Also, like, it's so funny now reading it with Xaden and Violet because clearly they like each other, but they're just not doing anything about it. And I'm very happy with Xaden, you know, talking about his boundaries and consent of things. It's good to see in a character, especially a man. I enjoy. And I like too that we found out that they can only be apart from each other for 3 days, like they're dragons, because they're a mated pair, so they have to be near each other. So it's going to be really interesting because like obviously he's a third year, so after this school year he has to go off to the front line, but Violet will then go into second year. So it's just going to be interesting because it's like, you know, does she have to go with him? Will he stay with her? Is it just going to be constant traveling around and doing all this? Because obviously it makes sense for them to have picked people in the same year, but obviously that's a bit hard. But I'm intrigued. And also, Violet hasn't manifested a power yet besides the time stopping thing, and I feel like it's gonna happen at the last possible second because when they like released the power I thought that was like it was happening, but it hasn't yet. But the fact that I only have 170 pages left to go, I'm like, I'm not sure where it's gonna go. Like, something has to happen. But if the big thing at the end of the book is just her manifesting a power, it just doesn't feel big enough. Like, there is definitely intrigue, but I still don't know where I think this is gonna go because obviously, like, they're talking about the barriers coming down a lot and the griffins coming in, and I feel like there's going to be a whole they're not actually the bad guys, we're the bad guys kind of situation in the lore and the history, or they've worked together at some point. But like, there's something brewing, but because there has been so little information, I don't know what it's brewing towards. But I must continue. I probably won't read too much because I'll end up wanting to go to bed soon, but I hope that I get something fun happening soon. You know what though, it is so hard not to compare these characters to Feyre and Rhys though, because like it's so similar, and like it's not a bad thing because I love Faysand, I'm here for it, but this like nail in the coffin is the Ming out of mind speak, and I'm just like, this is just everything. I love it so much. And it's just, I think too that like, you know, Violet fell for him first, even though it's still like a lustful thing, but she wants him. But it's like, I definitely think it's like she fell first, he fell harder. Because I think Xaden's just gonna protect her with like everything that he has, unless he decides to betray her later on. But I don't know how there could be a betrayal storyline when they literally can't be apart and their dragons are mates, and they are so much of their dragons is about them and their personalities and stuff. She still hasn't manifested a power, but hopefully it happens soon. But I am, yeah, tired. I should finish this book by the end of the month, hopefully in a couple more days, but we'll see. Oh my god, like this vlog is just like taking so long, but it's like, at this point, it's not because I'm in a reading slump. I just generally just have been getting so tired after finishing work lately that I just like reading is the last thing I want to do. But I just think like it's effort to like have to start the reading process to only read for like 10 or 20 pages, so I just haven't been. But I do want to try and finish this book. I have like, I think like 130 pages or something left to go, and I really want to get it finished because I want to know what's going to happen. But it's been a while, so I don't remember what the last thing is that's happened. Mainly Xaden's been getting like flirtier, even though I feel like he doesn't want to like cross that line with Violet. Like it's gonna happen. Like I feel like there's just gonna be like a whirl of passion, and that's just gonna like, they're just gonna fuck or something. Like it's just gonna happen. But he's getting flirtier, and the mind speaking is getting more, and I'm really enjoying that. Dane's being just as annoying as ever. Oh, she got a signet. Obviously that's important. Like she's had the energy for a while, but she can do lightning, and like it's annoying me that it's making me think of Red Queen, and like I hate that series because like the first book is still one of the most amazing things ever, and like biggest twist, man, but like the rest of the series was so shit. But I think it's cool that she has lightning abilities, but I also hate that she has a power that's going to turn her into a weapon when she doesn't really want to hurt people, so that's shit. And yeah, Dane's being annoying. I saw someone say that they think Dane's going to be like the love interest at the end of the series, and it's like, you better fucking not. Like if that happens, it's going to be like the biggest letdown of like ever. They also, oh, Liam nearly died, and she had to use the time stopping again, and then Jack died, I think, because it seems like his dragon seems to be like, ugh, my rider's gone kind of attitude, and he did get crushed by a building. But from the way that people talked about him, I definitely thought he was still going to be in book 2, so I kind of like, I don't trust it. And even though the dragons talk and it's like he's gone, we didn't see a body, and I understand, like I know the principles that he should be dead, but like I can't let go because I feel like he's been annoying, but from the way that people say, I feel like he had to have been more annoying, you know what I mean? So that happened, but it really annoyed me when Dane was all like, oh my god, like you don't have to use your powers though, it's fine, and Xaden's just like, fuck off with that. I enjoyed that. What else has happened? I don't think anything else though. Oh, she's got a saddle now. I love that Tan's just like, hey, look at my cool thing that I'm wearing, like, look at my little vest and my saddle, and he's so proud of it, and she's just like, we can't do this, and he's like, the hell we can't? I'm awesome, so I'm gonna wear my little saddle with pride. Like I love that. The dynamics of the dragons and them, still have no idea where this is gonna go. Like the pages are just dwindling, and it's like, what's going to happen? At this point I feel like it has to be like an attack on the school. Like that seems to be the only thing that can possibly happen to bring the drama. I knew it. They fucked. I felt it was happening. Like when he came to visit her in her room, I was like they're gonna make it happen. And I also think it's hilarious that she just like has no control over her powers, and they just completely wrecked her room because he kind of also didn't have control either. They're so cute, even though it's all like, it's just physical, it's the feelings. But I get it. It's hard when there's a potential to die, but like your dragons are mated, you have to get together. It just has to happen. But I do, again, love that Xaden's just like, we shouldn't do this. Like, this isn't a great idea. Like, you should be doing it because you want to. And she's like, I do want to. And he's like, you don't know what you want. And she's like, I do. Like, I love the conversations. But I'm hella tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. I've been up since 4 AM this morning, and it's been death. But I have 110 pages to go, and I'm really wanting to finish it this weekend. And in theory, it shouldn't take that long. But my niece's 6th birthday party is tomorrow, so I will have less time to read, but like I'm gonna try and do it. If I don't get a lot of reading done tomorrow, at least this Sunday. Saga continues. I am adamant. I have like 100 pages left of this book and I want to finish it. It's been like over 2 weeks that this vlog has been going. This is why I haven't uploaded a YouTube video for so long. Like I barely upload anyway, but it's just, you know, the good content now, which isn't great. But I do love that Xaden, you know, he's doing the tropey, you know, oh, you can't fall in love with me, it's not allowed. And she's like, well, what if I want to? You can't stop me. And Xaden's like, well, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. Even though Boy's gonna fall in love, like give it like 20 pages and he's gonna be like declaring his love for her, because that's just gonna happen. Definitely doesn't feel insta-lovey. Like again, people think that it was done too quickly, but this is over the course of a year. We can't show every single fucking factor of their relationship when they've known each other. Like, they just had sex and now they've skipped a month. Like, it's been ages that they've been frothing for each other now. Like, I mean, it was even before the sex, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why people complained about this so much. I think it's done really well. And there is so much more to unpack about Xaden. Like, we're only just getting the bare minimum and the surface level of him. Like, there's got to be so much more shit. And yeah, like, I still don't know where it's going to go because, like, they keep mentioning the rebellion. And I haven't really talked about this, but I feel like there has to be, like, the rebellion has to get there. Like, it has to, like, blow up again. And I still think an attack on the school is coming. But then there's 100 pages, so there can't be too much of a thing. Like, they can't have something that's going to be like, oh, attack on the school and it's over in 10 pages. Like, there has to be something big enough, but, like, also not rushed. But, like, that, something has to happen. Like, there has to be a blow up of, like, holy shit. But then they also have to admit they love each other. Like, Violet's already admitted it, like, pretty sickly to herself, but, like, these are the things that need to happen. I knew it, like, 20 pages later, they've admitted they're in love. Like, they're not in love yet. Like, I mean, Violet is in love with him and Xaden, like, he's in love with her, but he hasn't said it yet. But he's prepared to be in a relationship, and even though he's like, it's probably not going to be fine, and he can't expect too much from me, we're going to do this. And I'm like, I'm so keen. Something's going to happen though. Like, there's going to be a thing. I don't know what, but there's going to be a thing. I was right. I'm so fucking tired right now, but I want to finish this book. I'm not going to finish it now. I'm going to finish it tomorrow, but, like, they just said the school's being attacked. I knew there had to be some drama. I freaking knew it. Are you kidding me? It's fucking challenge. They're not even being attacked. I was so excited. I was like, I knew it. Oh my god, it's just freaking training. Like, they're probably going to turn into attack. It's gotta, right? There has to be something that happens in the last 70 pages of this book. Like, there has to be something to build towards, because we got the dragons so early on, and it's just like, just what, building to the relationship because it's a romantasy. Like, there has to be a twist or a plot point or something has to happen. I can't read anymore, I'm so tired, but I just, you know, it's so funny. They're doing these war games and they have to go to different units around the fucking world, and they're gonna, like, do shit, and they're gonna have challenges. So of course Violet is gonna have to go with Xaden because of the bond thing, but then it's like they're on the ride, they're like having fun, and they're like about to get there, and then these Griffin riders turn up, and then it's all like, oh my god, they're working together. And it's like, it's so obvious. Like, it was gonna be so obvious that Xaden was still gonna be a part of the rebellion, but I've been like, I stopped thinking about that, so it's kind of shocked me in a way. But also it makes so much sense, and it's such an easy plot point that it's like, oh, so this is rebellion now, and we're gonna, like, fight, and we're not as bad as we seem. And obviously, like, I've stopped at the chapter when it's like, oh, they've arrived early kind of thing. So I haven't seen the argument, but I'm sure this argument's gonna be great, where she's gonna be like, I trusted you and you lied to me and you're the bad guys, and he's like, just listen to me. Like, I know it's gonna be like, but I'm too tired to, like, go on with it now. But tomorrow is gonna be the day that I read these last 60 pages. Okay, I've got a theory. Okay, I've got a theory. It's the next day. I'm gonna get this book read, and then my camera stopped filming. Oh, my hair's coming out. I cannot in this moment in time. So, like, I've only read like 5 more pages since last time I was here, but obviously, you know, Violet's all, you fucking lied to me and you're a fucking betrayer and you fucking suck, Xaden. And he's like, I don't suck. I'm just trying to do the right, you know, like, they're having this conversation, and they've been talking about the Vernon, and they've been talking about them the whole book. But I just realized, like, because it's a way to have magic without your dragon. That's how a fucking brother's gonna be alive, because I feel like they've talked about Brennan too much, and I feel like it's gonna be like Mira's gonna die but Brennan's gonna be alive. Like, that has to be the point. And this is how I also think that fucking Jack's alive, because he becomes one too, but he's gonna be like a fucking sucky one. It's a question of, do the Griffins and the Dragon Riders have to work together against Vernon? But if a brother's alive, is he gonna become a villain, or are they gonna work together? I don't know, but this has to be it, right? Because they've mentioned it enough. And, like, I thought it was suspicious when, like, you know, they couldn't find any books about it in the archives, and, like, then she, like, had to get her dad's book, and I was like, oh my god, the mum's got it, but then Mira had it. Like, there was stuff there, but I just, you know, I've been too focused on the romance
to really clue any of this in, but like, I have like 50 pages left of this book and I need to know what's gonna happen. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be so mad about it. I can't with this interaction because he's like, you love me, and she's like, loved you, and he's like, you love me. Like, there's so much drama. They like, he needs to say that he loves her, and I feel like it's only gonna happen in a moment when he's like gonna fucking die, and then she'll be like, no, and just with all the power. But like, I love them so much. Okay, it's getting too intense at this point. Like, Tan feels so fucking bad for not telling, what's her name, Violet about all this stuff, and he's just like, I'm sorry. And it's like, bruh, you should have trusted her to tell her these things, but I get it. But he's got his little dragon baby and his wife and everything, so he's like, he's got to look out for them, and I get it. So he shouldn't feel mad about it. Like, you know, Violet came to a conclusion on her own, she's figured some stuff out, but I cannot with Dane. I hate him. Like, I can't believe that she didn't realize that he touched her, because it's like, at this point, she's gonna have to make sure Dane never touches her again. And I didn't even think about him touching her face. Like, these are things that I should have dawned on, but it's like, oh my god. And I'm so glad that from the get-go, Xaden's like, it's not your fault. Like, Dane sucks, but it's not your fault. You didn't know what he was gonna do, because at that point, she didn't know anything. So, even though she can just mention that he's been to these places, she still didn't know anything. Which is like, she can't be in the wrong here. So I still think next year when she's at school, because I assume she should be still in like her second year, because there's 5 books. I feel like there has to be another year of school here. But I don't think they're gonna think that she is a traitor. As long as Dane backs the hell up out of her grill, it should be okay. I'm so sad, man. Why did they kill Liam? Like, this is the gut punch I didn't want. Like, I'm so glad that none of that, like, her, like, friends, like, you know, Riddick, Sawyer, and Rihanna are at this battle, but, like, we lost Liam. I am definitely not okay with this. There is only, like, 20 pages left of this book, so some bitches either have to come in and help them, or they're just all gonna die. But then that makes no sense, because there's obviously 4 more books. That was like such an intense bloody showdown, and I like the fact, even though I don't like it, that like if you kill Vernon, or the Weavens that they've created all die. But I hate the fact that they can have multiples, but at least if you kill the one rider, like 50 of them can die at once. But like, oh my god, like the one that landed on Tan, and then like Violet was fighting her, and then she got stabbed and like broke her arm, and then she's been poisoned, but then like she did like the coolest lightning strike ever and just like decimated the whole thing. That was great. But they're now in this place and someone is healing her, and like, we know her brother's powers are mending, but like, how is he alive without his dragon? Because we know that Tan's old rider died, because Tan would know, right? Like, Tan would know, but like, how is this happening? Unless the dude was able to save Brennan with his magic and he's not a Varnon. But it's like, she heard a voice that sounded familiar, but she couldn't place it, so it has to be her brother. But what shocked me is this next chapter is actually Xaden's POV. And I'm like, boy, we finally get to be in your head. And he has loved her from the first moment he saw her. And like, we already knew this because he kind of said that already, but like, to know this extent that he felt this attraction, and like, yeah, I like the way that he said that he just felt the attraction, but that he didn't really fall for her until she was able to use her shield and everything. But he just loves her so much, and he finally admitted it, like when she was dying, you know, he's just like, you can't leave me here. He like, they're so cute. I always get worried now when we have a one like this, because I always question if the Sarah J Maas is going to happen and there's going to be a different love interest in book 3. When we've already established this bond, and we've already done the love triangle of the boy from home, but then she meets the new guy. But never trust anything, honestly. I never trust anything, but like, they are such a solid and cute relationship. It's just like, how can this get ruined? Please don't ruin it. He's alive. Brendan's alive. He's part of the rebellion, but like, how is he alive? Clearly he's not a Vernon because he doesn't have all those weird veins, but it's just ended like that. How did people cope when they didn't have the next book? Even though I've heard that the cliffhanger at book 2 was worse than the cliffhanger at book 1, but I knew it. Like, from the beginning I had suspicions, but it was more like a pipe dream. But then as things started to line up, I'm just like, has to be alive. Like, there has to be
something. But also it's like how I was talking about, how is the relationship going to work now that they're together when they're not now? She hates him, like she loves him but she hates him. But I love that Zayden's like, I'm gonna work every day to get you to trust me because you gave me your heart and I'm keeping it, you can't take it back now. So the next book's going to be, this is my theory, right, the next book he's going to be working so hard to get her to love him, and there'll be moments that she caves but she's gonna stay pretty solid, and then Zayden's gonna get fucking taken or something. Like something's gonna happen to Zayden at the end of book 2. That's gonna be the issue. And I'm stressed. I'm not ready for it. Me and Kat do plan on buddy reading book 2 next month, and then we can wallow into book 3 comes out. I think I'm gonna vlog every book in the series to like go along with the vibes here, but I really enjoyed it. I have complained a bit, but like not in a bad way. This is gonna get 5 stars. This is probably gonna be my favorite book of the year, honestly. But that was great. Even though it took me a while to read it, I'm still pretty happy that I have finally finished another book. And yeah, this is my vlog for 4th week. Do hope you enjoyed. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!